What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. So I got one here by Jason Whitlock, and this is a video about everybody hates playing with Angel Reese. So let's get into it with Whitlock, and let's listen. So here we go.
So here's RG3, Robert Griffin III. I believe he's now with Fox Sports. He used to be with ESPN, former NFL star, who's been a little woke, but is coming out of his wokeness to some degree. Anyway, here's RG3. After watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue to lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate. This was seen as some sort of betrayal or like, oh my, what do you mean? You can't bring hate into. This has been so obvious since they met in the national championship game where Angel Reese started trolling her right after the game. They win a championship and your first thoughts are, I got to go mock the star of the other team. Caitlin Clark has never done anything to Angel Reese other than make her famous. What do you make here of RG3 admitting what's been obvious for 3 or 4 years?
Well, a couple of things. If his marriage didn't do it, that did. Cookout pass revoked. Could be a lifetime suspension. We're talking Pete Rose level of revocation of that path. But Jason, the way certain people are now coming out and being able or willing to state the most obvious thing, and I'm going to wrap this around politics, just like we did a couple weeks ago. Jason, if you watch the mainstream media, it is now okay to say, regardless of the recent news of Joe Biden and his cancer, that just a couple weeks ago, now you can admit, yeah, he wasn't himself. It was weekend at Bernie's. There was cognitive decline. Go back about 12 months to 18 months ago. You were basically shunned. You were not allowed to say it. You were basically censored if you ever brought it up on certain networks. Now the same networks have people like Jake Tapper, who are part of the cover-up, who are now exposing the cover-up. He's literally written a book that says, man, he was down bad. This guy was a mummy. He was an absolute corpse. The guy would literally excoriate people on his program for ever mentioning it during the campaign. Now he's writing a book. Think of the irony of this. Those who are covering up or covered up are now exposing the cover-up. Well, last year, there were many people, and I believe RG3 might have been one of them initially, who were saying that Angel Reese is just a basketball player. She's done nothing wrong, and she's just a hard-nosed player, and there should be no jealousy, who are now stating the obvious. I see a lot of...
Yeah, and that's the thing. Now RG3, yeah, calling it out on Angel Reese, but yeah, like 18 months ago. So yeah, a lot of, secretly, I think a lot of players just don't want to play with Angel Reese. I mean, last year you had, a few players last year take off, yeah, and then even, Kennedy Carter's not there, but that's for different reasons. So, yeah, so we'll have to see. And then even, Diamond DeShields is not there, so it makes you wonder.
Parallels here between the two subjects and how people are now suddenly coming around.
Steve, I want to go a step further with my analogy here as Angel Reese being the embodiment of the matriarchal feminist Black woman, and just how let's look at the hypocrisy and the obvious things that no one will point out. Angel Reese allegedly is, the rival to Caitlin Clark, and just a cut below Caitlin Clark. But and I know you don't pay this close attention to the WNBA, but this is factual. The Indiana Fever went out this offseason and got one of the most accomplished coaches in the WNBA to come in and coach Caitlin Clark, because They saw it as a great opportunity. Stephanie White, was a great player. She's been a great assistant coach. She's been a great head coach. The Chicago Sky gets some 37-year-old first-time head coach, Tyler Marsh. So the great coaches aren't looking, hey, how can I go connect with Angel Reese? This offseason, the Indiana Fever basically got whatever free agent player they wanted. They put a super team around Caitlin Clark. Dewana Bronner, very experienced, third-time all-time leading scorer now in the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
So, came in third, surpassed up or moved up to number 3 in this weekend's game.
And another problem is, I forgot to add Mabry, so she took off. And then, they hired a first-year coach because I don't know who wants to coach Angel Reese. Even at LSU, Angel Reese was just like not even around for a little bit. Kim Mulkey even says, I'm not going to answer that. So we're going to just handle it in-house. So, it just makes you think. But, Angel Reese, she's still worried about being a content creator than a baller. So there you go.
Natasha Howard, super accomplished, got her. Sophie Cunningham, great spot-up shooter, great energy, got her from the field. They put a super team around Caitlin Clark because people want to play with Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
The Chicago Sky, they look perhaps worse than they were a year ago because people don't want to play with Angel Reese. I'm not speculating there. People that played with her at Maryland and LSU did not enjoy their experience. Haley Van Leith, their freshman or their rookie guard.
Oh, speaking of Haley, she looked like I got drafted by the Chicago Sky. I have to play with Angel Reese. That look was just crazy.
Not excited about having to reconnect with Angel Reese. The year she played with Angel Reese in college was the most difficult of her career, and she moved on and hit the portal again just to get away from Angel Reese. This angry Black woman that has some talent. She's a great rebounder, a great defender, could be an effective player in the WNBA, but she's so toxic. She's so angry. She's so bitter. She's so selfish. No one wants to play with her. That message, didn't the weigh-ins used to? There should be a message there that people are missing. That this whole persona that she's taken on, it's toxic.
So in other words, Angel Reese shouldn't be such a menace while drinking her juice in South Central. Yeah, there's obviously Angel Reese fatigue. So what you have described is Caitlin Clark is that fine perfume that attracts people.
Yep.
Or Caitlin Clark is. Angel Reese is rage. She's a repellent. And that is the reality. Jason, I found it interesting on Sunday. I'm doing some work, writing my column, doing some research here. And I go on the X timeline, and there are literally graphics trumpeting Angel Reese's double-double. Like, that's the thing, the double-double. And I'm thinking to myself, what other player in the WNBA or the NBA would be given an edit or some sort of honor or accommodation in a game where they lost by 35? Just think about it. Hey, never mind the 35-point loss, the double-double. That is the sports definition of, you know what? Yeah, the Titanic sunk.
Yeah, and that's just the thing. Angel Reese. Again, Haley Van Leith, she's like, all right, I got to play with her. A lot of the players even, they're just, and, Camila Cardoso, she's supposed to be, the big girl, the baller on the Sky, and she's not. She's not the feature. And she's going to be on her way out eventually once that rookie contract, is up. She's going to be looking to go unless they get rid of Angel Reese, but for some reason. And the thing is, like, if Angel Reese is like the Magic Johnson, it's not even close to Magic Johnson, because Magic Johnson, everyone wanted to play with Magic. Everyone wanted to play with Bird. But in this case, it's Caitlin Clark, and then I have to play with Angel Reese. Oh, man. Okay, I just got to bite my tongue.
But the band kept playing. I just don't get it. But the way people are reacting, you talk about the Angel Reese fatigue, and there's absolutely no doubt that it's real. The way certain people are reacting to that particular incident and the way both players reacted and acted, it goes to show you that the standards you set for somebody is what you really think of them. Caitlin Clark had a hard foul. She's being excoriated by certain people who are justifying Angel Reese's behavior. Again, the double standard, no standard for certain people, double standards for others. Again, the standards you set, that's what you really think of those people.
If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Angel left. I don't think, a lot of players wants to play with Angel Reese. That's just kind of like out there, like, and of course, the Sky's doing everything to protect her and her image, but it's crazy. And she's too worried about being a content creator than being a basketball player. So it's just remained to be seen. And we have 43 more games to go. This is going to be fun. All right. Shout out to Jason Whitlock. And if any of you enjoyed Andy's content, please give me the HKO special. Help the king out. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment. And wherever you are, stay safe. And I'll see you in my next video.